Kiwis love being outdoors, so why not transform your outdoor living space with a sun view? With our quality range of stylish pergolas, outdoor blinds and awnings, having a sun view is like adding a new room to your home, but for a fraction of the price. Enjoy the outdoors all year round with a range of products to suit your needs. Book a free consultation now with Sunview and see the difference.
A Māori woman, her image with her moku, and she's a, what do they call it, a kaumātua or whatever, appears on a billboard for Hobson's pledge, representing graphically that she is against separate Māori wards in local body elections. Problem is she's a Māori Party supporter. And Hobson's pledge have used Jordan Williams' company, the campaign company, to purchase this image off a stock image site. A woman called Annie O'Brien was the person who did the purchasing of the image and ran the campaign. It appears, though they're pretty quiet on it, likely that the image was sold under the condition it not be used for political purposes or campaigning. Still unclear as to whether or not this woman, and rumour that the photo was taken at Waitangi on Waitangi Day by a guy who runs the company that sells the image. And it raised so many questions. And so many of you were interested in what it all meant. By the way, there's been great humour over the weekend. Opponents of Hobson's pledge making memes with Don Brash's image on it saying, I really like the Māori wards. There's been some absolute hilarious stuff going down as a result. But I thought, well, what are the rules about your image and your image being taken in a public place and then popping up somewhere else? And the photographer, the professional photographer I've known best and for longest, is a guy in Wellington called Simon Woolf. His dad was in the photographic game. He's also into local body politics. And Simon's agreed to join us by video link today to discuss the ins and outs and the protocols of how images like this are used and traded and used in advertising. And if anyone will know what the protocols are, it's Simon. Good morning to you, mate. How are you?
Hey, Sean. I'm good. Yeah, interesting conversation.
Oh, it is. Yeah, and people were really into it on Friday. What are the rules?
Well, you know, there is a little bit of a grey area, but then there's not. So, you know, you take someone's photo in a public place and essentially they're fair game so long as you don't denigrate them, you don't portray them as being something that they're not. Essentially, it's a slice of history. But once you start to use that photo for commercial intent,
yeah.
Once you use it for advertising, it becomes a different usage.
And is there, let's just go through it slowly. Is there any law or prohibition on taking a photograph that you have taken in a public space of someone else and selling that photograph commercially?
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there it is. You can actually use that photo in an editorial exhibition sort of sense, but once you start using it to advertise a product, that's a different story.
Well, what about if you just sell the image to someone who might use it to advertise a product? Surely the photographer is just selling the image.
Most photographers will know as to the value, most professional photographers as to the value of the image. And I carry around releases, you know, like I've had a number of situations where I've taken people's photo in a photojournalistic sense, but realised that, you know, perhaps I need to clear the ground, and I'll search them up and ask them if they give permission for certain things. I'll get them to sign a form. It's a standard release that the Institute of Professional Photography and the advertising and illustrative photographers use as being something that protects a photographer. 9 times out of 10, you ask somebody to sign a form in relation to an editorial exhibition use, and there will be no problem. And you're actually already covered in that because it's editorial. It's where you start money out of other people.
So in theory,
And
this
there's
way, yeah.
There's also the privacy laws, Sean, that you've got to observe as well.
But if someone's in a public place, they waive their rights to privacy, don't they?
To a certain degree, yes, but there are protections in relation to monetising people, and you certainly can't do that.
Okay. So in theory, and the vision with your thing, when I go to an online site that is selling images, I want to use them for a campaign or something, I have the right to presume that the photographer who puts up that online, I don't know, album of stuff available to buy off them, that they have gone through and got the releases and everything, and they have the right to on-sell that image. That's a reasonable expectation from me as buying the image from the photographer.
That's a very reasonable expectation, Sean. And most photographers who know what they're doing and who are professional will take on that responsibility. It's where the photographer sells something to an agency. The agency then sells the photo on, and the paperwork actually isn't done properly.
I just want to work through this logically, though. So
it's about licensing, Sean.
Yeah. So So let's say this guy who sold this image to the campaign company for Hobson's pledge, let's say he did get a release from the woman, which when it's not clear that he did, but he's got the image there and he sells it to them. Once they've bought it, can they use that image if the rights have been gathered by the photographer for anything they want?
Usually it's specific. Usually, there's these little tick boxes that outline different usage and different the ability to license. And sometimes, it's like model agencies where there's a consideration that comes into it, where it's a model, it's taken as being a model. And that model would be paid, or there would be some consideration. The consideration doesn't necessarily have to be monetary. Yeah. It could be a set of photos that were taken on the day.
Yeah.
It could be something in the a photographic portfolio in the future. Something like that. But generally, and quite often, there's a consideration. And when that happens, the person concerned gives over their rights to be able to have their photo used in a specific manner.
All right, I think this has fallen through the cracks at a number of levels, this particular case. But what I
do too, Sean.
that there's been little bits of mistakes that have come together to make a complete mess of the whole thing. What I was really after, and you've helped us today, I think we've had a journey of discovery. So when my photograph is taken in public, and I'm in a public place, my photograph can be taken, but without my specific consent, I have a reasonable expectation that my photo would not end up on a billboard being used to promote either a product or a political position without me explicitly being asked or explicitly allowing that to happen.
Kiwis love being outdoors, so why not transform your outdoor living space with a sun view? With our quality range of stylish pergolas, outdoor blinds and awnings, having a sun view is like adding a new room to your home, but for a fraction of the price. Enjoy the outdoors all year round with a range of products to suit your needs. Book a free consultation now with Sunview and see the difference.